Tell me how you grew up.
I've always kind of stood out, you know, like when the cops would roll up and there would be like 15 or 16 of us, they'd always go, you, come here. You know, so.
But did you get in trouble with the law? Is that what happened?
Yeah. I had an uncle, you know, that was kind of a drug addict, armed robber, and I guess he was my mentor. He started smoking weed when he was about 14. That made me 8. So he just, you know, when you started getting loaded on weed, you turn things on. You know, everybody turns on their cat or their puppy or the dog, and I just happened to be there.
So did you start smoking weed at 8?
Yeah, he turned me on the grass when I was about 8, gave me a fix of heroin when I was about 12.
Wow, really? Uh-huh.
You know what's so funny is like you are amazed, but when I talk at a high school and I say my uncle turned me on the grass when I was 8 and I took my first fix when I was 12, the high school kids kind of because it's really a lot more common than people think.
When's the first time that you handled a gun?
When I was about 12, 13, I used to play with my uncle's pistol, and then when I was about 14 when he said I needed a career, so he gave me a pistol and told me to rob him. So I was, give me your money.
When you first did it,
they gave me a sawed-off shotgun. It made it a lot easier. I didn't have to say anything.
You just pull out the sawed-off shotgun and they just give you the money.
I thought I was really tough. A lady fainted.
I know you were in San Quentin. What'd you get busted for first?
The first time was different assaults and stuff. And the second, when I went to the joint, I sold 4 ounces of pure sugar to a federal agent. It's called a bunco sales, and God, they were pissed.
How in the world do you get into acting? How do you straighten out? Which happened first?
When I left the penitentiary in 1969, I devoted my life to just helping others. I just didn't know what else to do. I mean, I knew that my life was either gonna change or I was gonna spend the rest of my life locked up. So I was doing a 12-step program. I dedicated my life to helping other people, came out of the joint, and that's all I did. This guy asked me, do you want to be in this movie? And I said, what do I have to do? He said, do you want to be an extra? And I said, an extra what? Andrei Kozlowski, the director, saw me, liked the way I looked, liked the contrast between me and Eric, and he wanted me to play in the movie. He was, you do movie. And
so all of a sudden you're union and you're good.
Everything changed from hey you to Mr. Trejo. I see people get on movie sets that think they're entitled and I'm supposed to be here, and then you don't see them anymore. The whole world can think you're a movie star, but you can't. You know, and now it's like Machete Kills. I'm starring in a film. I'm even embarrassed to say I'm the lead because this is Charlie Sheen, Lady Gaga, Mel Gibson, Vanessa Hutchins, Michelle Rodriguez, Jessica Alba.
I was just about to say, I heard you had a love scene with one of them. Okay.
We're like, Danny won't stop saying, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Well, I got to keep it real. Who's crazier, Mel Gibson or Charlie Sheen?
If you stand between both of them, you'll get electrocuted. They got so much energy pumping through them. It's unbelievable.
Didn't Charlie Sheen have a machete on the roof once?
Yes.
Yeah, he did, right? So that's what makes sense. Okay.
And his dad was the president
on West Wing. Yeah, that's right.
So
yeah,
but he's great.
And so, and Machete, I watched the first one, and you know, as over the top as it is with the violence and everything, you know, I do politics and I cover it all the time, right? People actually say those lines. The politicians that are anti-immigrant actually say those things.
It was like funny is like when I was watching a shooting where everybody was at rage because one of the guards got killed on the border. And God, man, it was just like, you know, let's make the fence higher, let's make it bigger, and then to find out it was, you know, friendly fire, you know. So, but that's the guns. That's the guns. It's like, you know, you can't blame anybody, man, and it's like, you know, if you have a gun, someone's going to get killed. You know, now on the border, they've got big guns.
Yeah, and the more people get themselves wound up like, oh, I'm going to get him, I'm going to get him. And what do? They wind up shooting one of their arms. Yeah. So I take it that Machete Kills is a little bit even further over the top.
My God. Just a roller coaster ride of emotion and adrenaline. You know, if you're looking for like literary value, you know what I mean? But it's just a fun movie. Man.
Yeah, no. First one was fun. I'm looking forward to the second one. Awesome. Danny, thanks so much for coming in, man. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great conversation.